I'll give you the good.
Hi, I'm Krieg. I'm from Farmingdale, New York, and I play defense here at Amherst.
Go Dalers. Kat, you're a Daler. How many Dalers find their way to Amherst? Is that common?
No. I think I'm the first one actually to come here from my high school at all, so definitely kind of trying to pave the way because I want some younger Dalers to come here.
I love it. So how'd you find Amherst through your recruiting process?
So a lot of it was through people at Team Elevate and people on my club team that were helping me out, but originally I thought I wanted to play D1. I was really excited about it because it was something that kind of a lot of other people on our club team did and just kind of seemed like the way to go for a highly competitive athlete. But eventually kind of realized my priorities were more academic, and I was looking for something that I could kind of find a good balance between the two. So some of my club coaches had recommended reaching out to NESCACs, and so I did, and Amherst was the first that I heard some interest from. I came and did a little bit of a tour, met the coaching staff, and completely fell in love with it right away. I told my dad, I was I want to go here as we were driving away. And a few weeks later, it was all done, set in stone, and I was definitely kind of a late recruit in that sense, but I think it's fine because I was able to see other options, and then when I came here and I just had a good feeling about it, I was confident in that decision.
What are you studying here at Amherst, and being that you're a senior after you graduate, what do you plan on doing with your career?
Yeah, so I'm a biochemistry major, and I'm on the pre-med track, so basically I'm in a lot of lab classes, which kind of take up a lot of time, but it's something that's totally encouraged here by our coaching staff, and that's really supported, which you don't find everywhere else. So if you're interested in that, I would definitely say to keep that in mind. So next year I'm going to med school, which I'm really excited about, and I would say that Amherst has really been the perfect place for me to develop into this and to develop down this track because my coaches are so supportive of me being in the lab when I need to be. I'm writing a senior thesis, so I'm doing some research with one of the professors on the side, and you kind of learn that your kind of future is what you're going to college for. So the fact that I'm able to play lacrosse at such a high level and be so competitive in the conference and in the country is just an added bonus to why we're really at college.
Talk a little about the athletic side of things. When did you guys start up your season now that we're in the spring here? When did you start practicing, and when's your first scrimmage and games coming up?
Yeah, so we just started practicing last Saturday, so February 15th is the NESCAC first day of practice, which is something that we literally count down from since the day we lost in the Elite Eight last May. And it's just something that you look forward to because we don't get to play a lot of games in the fall. We don't play any games really. It's all inter squad, so the fall is all captain's practices, a lot of on your own conditioning, a lot of lifting, kind of pretty standard things. But then once we get to February 15th is our kickoff, and then this coming Saturday, so a week from February 15th, we have our first scrimmages where we're gonna get to throw ourselves on the field with some really good NESCAC teams and just kind of see what the talent's like and see what the plays are looking like and what the defensive sets are looking like. And then our first game is actually in February this year for the first time ever, February 29th on Leap Day. And that's just something that we are so amped about because there's nothing like game day. You can practice as much as you want, but kind of getting on the field and being able to start against a really tough NESCAC opponent is it's just so exciting for all of us.
For those that don't know the NESCAC conference in women's Division III lacrosse, can you just shed some light on how competitive it actually is relative to the rest of the teams on a national landscape?
Yeah, so the NESCAC is where you want to be if you're a competitive athlete and you're wanting to kind of find a good balance between the academics and the athletics. We are by far the best conference for women's lacrosse. I can speak for our sport specifically, but every year we have 5, maybe 6 bids to the national tournament, which doesn't happen in any other conference in our league, and it's really great because it means that every time we step on the field with a NESCAC, for a NESCAC game, it's always competitive. There's really no games where you go and you're oh, we know we're going to beat them, it's fine, and it's great for us because it's setting us up for a playoff run where we can actually be preparing and we know what it's like to have 2 minutes left, be down a goal, and need to score. So I think that really helps us. We're setting up for the playoffs every single game we step on the field.
What's one of your best memories since you've been here at Amherst?
So lacrosse-wise, I would say definitely the last year when we were down at Salisbury, we played in the Sweet 16, and we beat Catholic by a decent amount. We had prepared really well for it, and we just kind of felt really confident stepping on the field and kind of just carried out the things that we needed to carry out. And then there are also like other little games that I always think about that I'm like, oh, that Tufts game last 2 years ago where we like weren't really expected to win, and we got there and we just like hustled. We were down by 5 and then we ended up winning, and kind of just like little games where you're like, or for me, like little plays where it's like I'm a defender, so it's like I drew a charge and like I remember that one charge that I drew, and it's not like it wasn't necessarily like a game-changing play, but just like all these little memories with our teammates. I think it's just so fun. They're such a good group of ladies that we get to spend all of our time with and hang out in the locker room with and bond with, and it's just so special, and it's making it very, very sad to think that it's the last season. But
what's the personality of your team, especially here in 2020?
I think we're very experienced, which is good because I think we kind of have a little bit more confidence now that we've been in a bunch of playoff runs. We have juniors and seniors that have both been at the Elite Eight twice now, so we've been there, we know how it is, but we're hungry, like we're like ready to go. Like I'm ready to like step on the field and like beat some of these NESCAC teams that I haven't beaten in my 4 years. It's my last shot, so like we're all ready to like leave it out on the field.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to a lacrosse recruit in high school right now?
Yeah, I would say trust your gut. Like go on these visits and kind of like be open to like kind of learning about different places and learning about what the pros and cons are of every different place. But in the end, it's like your decision. So kind of like not letting like your coaches or your parents like decide what you're gonna do, because ultimately like you're gonna have to be happy with it for 4 years, and you want to find a place that you feel like will support you and like everything you want to do. So making sure you're not just going somewhere because it's good lacrosse or like just because like it's like a good academic school, making sure that it's fitting all of your priorities, because there are tons of schools out there, so there are a lot of really good options.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Kat, and your advice.
Thank you.